Hello everyone, and welcome to my bold and beautiful gossip channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. At Carter's loft, he nuzzles Hope, who exclaims that last night was amazing. He informs her that he is always there for her, always. They embrace. Hope sits on Carter's lap and says she doesn't want to leave his arms. Carter doesn't want to either, but he needs to speak with Ridge. He's confident he can persuade him to reinstate her and her line. In Forrester's main office, Eric asks Steffy whether she is certain about this. She explains that she had no choice but to end her hope and line. Eric wants to know if Ridge agrees with this decision. Brooke will not be pleased when she learns about it. Ridge expresses dissatisfaction with what she has heard. Eric informs Steffy that Hope is family. Steffy claims she is not a Forrester and that her family does not treat her in the same way that Hope has treated her by going after her husband. Eric slams something down on the desk and screams he despises this. It should not have come to this. Hope needs to find another man and stop pursuing her husband. Brooke and Katie discuss Hope's termination with Zend, who doesn't understand why they're pulling the plug on the line. Brooke claims it was not a business decision, but rather a personal attack by Steffy on Hope. Zend discovers that Hope, along with her line, left the company yesterday. He inquires as to the current situation at Forrester. Brooke argues that she is entirely ostracized. Steffy is accusing Hope of something she didn't do. In the design office, Lainey and Tony observe while working with his earbuds in and discuss how attractive he is. He notices them and teases them about joining the executive. They flirt with him before inviting him to Lainey's apartment later. Elektra enters and apologizes for interrupting. Will introduces the girls and informs them that Elektra is working on a jewelry line with Ivy. Lainey shrugs. We've all got to start somewhere, right? Will and Elektra keep smiling at each other while they work. The other girls are watching. Lainey then walks up to apologize to Elektra for not knowing who she was before. They are called away, and Lainey urges Will to come to her place later. She would like to talk without being interrupted. After that, Elektra says she doesn't think Lainey likes her much, but taunts Will. She loves you though. Will encourages her to forget about Lainey. He wants to get to know her and says she's really attractive. Zend has now heard at Brooke's house about Hope landing on top of Finn in lingerie. He can understand how Steffy came to the decision she did. Katie claims it was an accident. She tripped. Brooke insists that her daughter did not attempt to seduce Steffy's spouse. Zend is dissatisfied that his position as lead designer has been eliminated. He wonders whether Ridge is simply going to let this happen. In the main office, Eric mentions Hope's long tenure with the company. According to Steffy, that is not the point of this. She can't let her make excuses, but Brooke will. Eric informs his granddaughter that she has the right to defend herself and her marriage, but it is not appropriate to base business decisions on personal concerns. Ridge defends Steffy's decision. Eric emphasizes that it's personal. Steffy tells her grandfather she warned Hope. Now she must face the consequences, and there is nothing anyone can do about it. At Carter's loft, he tells Hope that he needs to contact Ridge. I have to exhaust every option before, she asks. He does not respond, but encourages her not to give up. This isn't over. Hope exclaims at having a man like him fighting for her. He promises to get through to Ridge and grabs another kiss for the road. Will informs Elektra in the design office about the commotion around the Hope for the future collection. He resolves not to gossip as an intern and asks her to tell him about Elektra Forrester. So far, all he knows about her is her stunning grin and eyes. She grins, insisting there isn't much to say about herself. Will doubts this. He knows she is a Forrester. She wonders if he believes she got the position because of nepotism. Will reminds her that he works there because of his mother. He can see she is the type of lady who has an impact. She definitely has on him. Will crew Elektra. Brooke, Katie, and Zend believe Eric should be informed about Steffy's actions. She would not have done this to anyone other than Hope. Zend adores his cousin, but she must set aside her affections for Hope in order to keep company. Hope has the most devoted fans imaginable. Hope goes in and admits there will be blowback. She's concerned about how this affects everyone else, particularly Zend. She expresses hope that all is not lost. In the main office, Ridge informs Steffy that he understands his father's anger. He has always been Brooke's champion and cares for Hope. He cares about Steffy too. Steffy is aware that Brooke will go over there and turn on the waterworks. She gets it. She is a mother, too, but she should have taught her daughter to respect boundaries. Hope has repeatedly disrespected her. Carter appears and explains, "I understand how it appears, but that is not what happened. Hope didn't disrespect you or your marriage." Hope informs the gathering at Brooke's house that she had already spoken with Carter. He's gone to visit Ridge, and she's never seen him so determined. He'll try to get through to Ridge and convince him to stop Steffy from doing what she's doing. Carter informs Steffy in the main office that Hope did not disrespect her or their marriage. He does not condone what she did to Finn at Eric's. That was incorrect, and she regrets it. Steffy claims she crossed the line with her spouse again. She witnessed it with her own eyes. Ridge says he's attempting to keep the peace, but Carter claims he's trying to prevent them from making a bad business decision. Hope's line serves as the entryway to the younger audience. Are they running the company based on their personal opinions? Steffy cautions Carter to be very cautious. Carter inquires as to whether Ridge shares his sentiment. He loves to believe that his opinion matters. It's time for Steffy to put an end to the Forrester versus Logan battle. This is ridiculous. She cannot bring her personal passions and rivalries into the boardroom. This demonstrates a significant lapse in judgment and leadership. I refuse to let you do this to her. I will not allow it. This week on The Bold and the Beautiful, fans will witness Carter Walton's dark and sinister side. After finding that the Forrester family fired his secret girlfriend Hope Logan, he develops a grudge against Forrester Creations. But what exactly is Carter's agenda for Steffy Forrester and her family? Here's what's up next for Bold and Beautiful. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers. Hope Logan cries on Carter's shoulder. Hope Logan sobbed her way out of Forrester Creations after her stepfather, Ridge Forrester, had her hauled out. Her Prince Charming rushed to pick her up and take her home, wiping away her tears and offering her a shoulder to weep on. Before Hope got into Carter's car, he promised to make sure the Forresters paid for what they did to her. Steffy Forrester made it obvious that she has no intention of unfiring Hope, and she has already shut off her company email and plans to meet with the other staff to discuss the changes being made in the boardroom. It's safe to assume that the situation will deteriorate and that chaos will ensue. What precisely has Carter Walton planned? Initially, Bold and Beautiful fans believed Carter would launch his own company and compete with the Forresters in the fashion industry. But what if he has a far more sinister plan? Carter gave me disturbing Justin Barber thoughts. Anyone else? The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers. Carter Walton follows in Justin's footsteps. A few years ago, Bill Spencer's right-hand man went rogue and nearly took his firm from beneath him. After years of doing Dollar Bill's dirty work, Justin had had enough and went on a crime spree in an attempt to dethrone Bill at Spencer Publications and launch an aggressive takeover. Perhaps Carter has no intention of quitting and intends to destroy Forrester Creations from the inside out? Do you believe Carter Walton has gone rogue? How far will he go to get back at Steffy Forrester for firing Hope? Is he reminding you of Justin Barber? Hope revealed she was in love with Carter. She refers to him as the man of her dreams. This is shocking, given that she was in a relationship with Thomas earlier this year. What caused this shocking shift on The Bold and the Beautiful? Hope returned Carter's "I love you" on the episode from Wednesday, November 6th. He was the first to admit his affections for her. Hope has previously avoided rushing into a relationship with Carter. She didn't want to repeat her previous mistakes of rushing into bed too quickly. Hope stated she had never had anyone in her corner before. Even though she worked at Forrester Creations, she always felt alone. Carter assured her that he would not let her fall, and Hope said she felt safe in his arms. Carter then confessed his affections for Hope. He told her he loved her. Hope told him that she was also in love with him. For the first time in her life, she felt understood. It is unusual for Hope to fall in love so soon with someone fresh. She usually took her time before using the L word. Is it love or lust? Hope was constantly supported by her mother and the Logan family. Thomas supported her over his entire family. She desired a man like Thomas, who could give her his undivided heart. But she couldn't offer him what he wanted. Hope pursued Finn, even though he was married to Steffy. In only a few weeks, she fell in love with Carter. Hope's love life has gotten even messy. This raises the question, does she truly love Carter? Is this Hope's attempt to seduce the COO and use him for revenge? She recently lost her job at Forrester Creations. Carter told Hope that he'll fight for her. He also intends to take revenge on the firm. This could be her strategy to reclaim her line. What are your thoughts? Do you believe Hope is truly in love with Carter? Let us know in the comments section below. Viewers of The Bold and the Beautiful may have spotted Lawrence St. Victor's name in the credits, and not just as the actor who plays Carter Walton. He has also been writing scripts for the soap since 2015, only a few years after joining the cast. However, when a fan complained on Twitter/X about a tale St. Victor had been creating for himself on B&B, he felt compelled to clarify. "I usually don't respond, but you're calling my integrity into question," the actor/writer wrote. "As a writer, I have no control over the tale or what Carter does or does not do. I've seen some of your dumb comments about me. They are insulting. You are allowed to post whatever you want, but do not tag me." One of the posts he was replying to has since been removed, and others are now blocked, so he posted again to clarify what he was responding to. "Here's some context about my response to a fan yesterday," St. Victor said. "I was accused of utilizing the power they believe I have as a writer to insert myself into love scenes, so I could kiss all of the actresses. That is an offensive statement, and I would prefer not to be tagged in comments like that." St. Victor made his daytime debut as Remy Boudreau on Guiding Light from 2006 to 2009. In 2009, he co-created the online series Wedlocked with his GL co-star Carla Mosley, who later became his B&B co-star when she played Maya Avant from 2013 to 2019. So, he already had storytelling expertise when B&B's executive producer and head writer, Bradley Bell, asked him to create screenplays for the CBS soap in which he appeared. However, as a scriptwriter, St. Victor does not help mold the narrative. He simply writes the screenplays that he and the other actors will perform. "It's pretty dope," he told Woman's World about the writing aspect of his soap career. "I get to work closely with Brad, hear his ideas and vision, and then collaborate with the writers to write. As an actor, you are usually the last to get it, but as a member of the writing team, you help create what they do on set every day. It's quite gratifying." St. Victor also expressed gratitude to all of the genuine supporters who defended him on social media. "Thank you all for the love and support," he said. According to The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers, Zend Forrester is unhappy with Steffy Forrester for cutting Hope for the future. Zend and RJ Forrester worked tirelessly on this collection, only to have it cut short before their creations could be showcased. Zend recognizes Steffy's unjust behavior and confronts her about it. According to The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers, Steffy is unconcerned about hurting her brother or cousin in relation to Hope Logan's line. Steffy wanted Hope to leave, and she found a way to make it happen. Now that Hope has left Forrester, RJ, and Zend will have to work on something new. Before beginning Hope for the future, RJ had focused primarily on couture. Steffy was the reason he and Zend were on Hope's line in the first place. She wanted Thomas Forrester to leave town. There was no problem with Hope for the future before, and there wouldn't be one now. Zend visited Paris before returning to Los Angeles to work at Forrester. Zend had a job as lead designer, but it was taken away due to Steffy's pettiness. Steffy may not understand it, but she has placed a lot of jobs in peril, and these folks will not stand by and accept it. What happens to Hope's models? What will Zend and RJ do? It appears that Steffy urged Carter Walton to try to take over or start his own fashion firm. Carter has money and offered to use it to grow Forrester, but he was turned down flat after all of his efforts on his expansion idea. Will Carter ultimately pursue his own aspirations and take some of the staff with him? Forrester is undoubtedly not the only fashion firm in Los Angeles, and Zend may decide to seek employment elsewhere. Could some of the Forrester employees who disagree with this decision band together and migrate to another fashion house where they believe they will be treated differently? Will Hope join them and bring her line? Hope should have some options when it comes to her apparel brand. Forrester no longer wants it, Thus, she should be able to pitch it elsewhere. Perhaps Hope will rebrand the line and approach it from a completely new viewpoint. Maybe Hope for the future required a new home to pick up on sales all along. Would this be what Hope is obliged to do to keep her line running? Carter vowed to fight for Hope on the Bold and the Beautiful after Steffy fired her for believing she was coming on to Finn. Steffy has been on a warpath lately, and Carter will not stand for her authoritarian reign, particularly her disdain for Hope. Carter is also upset because Forrester Creations isn't keen on his progressive ideas for the company, and he has sworn to make everyone their pay. Fans were brutally critical of Carter, and his portrayer Lawrence St. Victor responded on social media. BNB viewers appeared dissatisfied with the story's course, and many expected Carter would be dismissed shortly. Another challenged St. Victor's role as a copywriter on the program, writing on X, previously Twitter. No coincidence then that Carter has had steamy scenes with 5 different female cast members since St. Victor started writing for #BoldandBeautiful. Zoe Kiera Barnes, 2020 to 2021. Paris Diamond White, 2021 to 2022. Quinn Arena Sofer, 2021 to 2022. Katie Heather Tom, 2023 to 2024. And Hope Annika Noel. St. Victor stood firm and shot out, "I don't typically respond, but you're calling my integrity into question. As a writer, I have no control over the tale or what Carter does or does not do. I've seen some of your dumb comments about me. They are insulting. You're allowed to post whatever you want, but do not tag me." Another irate B&B fan said, "Carter's getting on my last damn nerve." Hope was ready to dump Forrester, and now he wants to draw her back. WHYYYY? And he has to fight her battles? My buddy, you haven't even gone on a date yet. What the hell is wrong with you? #BoldandBeautiful. In the same vein, another shared, his enmity toward the Forresters would make more sense if it were a long-held resentment for not listening to him. From what I can understand, they value his viewpoint and have elevated him to a high position. This plot point to prop up Hope is disgusting. On the other side, a fan rushed to St. Victor's defense, writing, "You are extremely tacky tagging the actor and including an animated gif of someone saying, 'Do better.'" The critical poster claimed they apologized to St. Victor, but he blocked them anyway, while another defender chimed in, writing, "Looks like you did it more than once. Despite being called out by someone else, you insisted on tagging him. No wonder he blocked you. You didn't apologize until you were called out and embarrassed."